Welcome to D'Amato Macchine. In this video we are going to introduce the combination lathe drilling milling machine for metalworking Master 803L Super. It's a semi-professional machine which proves highly precise and robust, with a cast iron structure and metal finishes. It is equipped with two separate motors which feed both the lathe and milling machine. The standard version is composed of two single-phase motors, but with a small price increase, you may also get a machine in three-phase version. The lathe presents a distance between centers of 800 mm, a maximum turning diameter of 320 mm, and a maximum spindle bore diameter of 38 mm. The spindle rotation speed goes from a minimum of 60 revolutions per minute to 1600 RPM. The milling machine presents instead four selectable speeds, which go from a minimum of 200 revolutions per minute to a maximum of 2200 RPM. But now let's see how it works in detail. Thanks to the two levers situated on the upper part of the control panel, you may easily vary the feed and spindle rotation speeds. With the lever positioned in the lower part, you may change the chariot feed in both directions, varying also the spindle rotation consequently. The lever situated in the front part of the mobile chariot is used to switch the automatic feed of the chariot on or off. On the same mobile chariot, just over the lever of the automatic feed of the lathe, you may find the lever of the cross feed. Among the plus points of this combination machine, we would like to remind you the presence of a lamp for the direct illumination and a water cooling pump, fed by a separate motor, and which allows for the cooling of metals, whatever the working you would like to perform. But now let's have a look at the standard configuration of the machine. The machine is already equipped with a self-centering 3-clamp chuck with 3 internal and 3 external clamps, a self-centering 3-clamp chuck for the milling machine, 2 tailstocks with connecting cone, the feeding chariot, 2 steady rests for the lathe, a central and a lateral one, the metal stand containing the cooling pump, all the internal gears and the working toolkit for the fixing of the gears. On request you may instead buy different types of toolkits for the lathe, such as the brace type to the model with interchangeable tips, a revolving tailstock, a tailstock with self-centering chuck or key chuck, a faceplate with diameter 200, a clamp with fixed jaw of 100 mm, a set of jaws for the milling machine with the chuck, different type of chucks, different type of quick change turrets. And now let's see how the lathe works. Among the many possible works you may perform, we are going to show you the classic hinge thread. We must then choose the thread pitch we would like to execute, and using the table you may find in the gear case, you can then position the correct gears. You then put the churning bar in the specific jaws of the chuck, and thanks to the steering wheels, we draw up the tool carrier. For this type of thread, we have used a standard tool holder turret, which is already delivered in the standard configuration. As a tool, we instead use a very simple brace knife, considering we had to work a quite soft material as aluminium. Thanks to specific gauges, we position our tool in a way that the point corresponds to the axe of the spindle. Then we switch on the spindle, we set the automatic feed, and we let the lathe perform the work set. Let's now perform another work with the milling machine. To do so, we disassemble our tool holder turret replace it with a clamp with fixed jaw you can buy separately. We then fix on the clamp the piece we need to mill, and we insert a simple milling tool in the milling chuck delivered as a standard. As we already did when turning, we need to draw up the tool to the working piece. Then we start up the machine and we set the automatic feed of the cross working table. We have performed 2 small works to show you how this combination machine for metals works. Thanks for enjoying this video. We hope to hear from you soon and invite you to visit our website or to get in touch with us directly to the contacts you can see in caption here.